How not to be a jerk at F&M. So F&M is a casual environment. First of all, like people call it judge or whatever. It's like a lot of aspiring, no, what do you call it? I don't even want to call it that. Want to be pro players. They will, so like planeswalkers. So when you do a planeswalker, you can't actually do direct damage to the planeswalker. You have to do direct damage to the player and then redirect it to the planeswalker. And there's actually a very interesting interaction with one of the cards, one of the limited cards. What was it? Lightning, whatever. It does like 2 damage any way you want. But, no, 3 damage any way you want. It's a reprint. I don't remember what the card is called, but there's very interesting interactions with that. So, you have to be very careful about who you're playing with because sometimes they will want to be a pro Magic player. Now, when you go to F&M, in my opinion, it's a casual event that I do let my opponents take back moves sometimes. When I mean sometimes, 99% of the time, because I know what's, depending on the state. Like, unless taking back the move will end up with a direct relationship to me losing the game, then I would let them take it back, even if it's very beneficial for them and have that move, because who cares? It's F&M. Like, it really does not make a difference to me. And actually, I should make an F&M video about the pay structure of my current 2 F&Ms. And it's very interesting because they're very different from each other. So that's the one type of jerk, the aspiring pro player. The second jerk is the player who's not very good and they just keep losing, but they get really angry when they lose. And it's like, this is not a bar. There's no, you're like getting angry at Magic and cards. Like at a fun F&M event where the average age of my 2 F&Ms is probably under 18. And, and their parents pick them up and it's like, I see, there's one dude in Houston, now I've mentioned this so many times, and it's just like every time I see him, it's like, oh my gosh, please, don't yell at that kid, don't shark the kid. He's the dude who's always like, what do you value that at? Like, and they're like, oh, you beat me because of, let's go to the next one. You beat me because I'm mana flooded. You beat me because I drew too many, didn't draw enough mana. Like, you beat me because I didn't draw the one hand that I could possibly beat you with. It's kind of like if you played Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're playing the dude with the Exodia deck. So Exodia, you need 5 cards and you automatically win in your hand. And the guy's like, oh, you beat me because I didn't get the 5 cards I needed. Like, no duh. Come on now, like, come on. And a lot of times this same person, it's like the same person, but sometimes it can be different people doing this. And maybe you don't even notice. So the 4th type of person I really don't like is the what do you value it at? The trade shark. And a lot of you will be like, you're a hypocrite. I've always had standards. I've always had a line that I've never ever crossed. And I can tell you I've never crossed this line, although it's been very, very, it's been very tough not to do that. And especially given, in Houston, I used to be known very well, and you want people to take collections to you. You don't want to come after them because that's too much work. If you go, and then how could you come after them? Like on Craigslist? And like lose like a spleen or something? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. No, people come with their collections to me and they always ask me what is fair. And if they're a new player, if they are a leaving player, if they're a returning player, I always make them hold their most valuable card or whatever card they value the most. Because when someone did that to me, they gave me an offer and I gave him all the cards and he gave back my Dragon Whelp, my Karma, no, what's that card called? Carmichael? No, that's totally different. Anyway, and the Northern Paladin for my first beta booster pack, and so that's something that I've been passing along. When someone sells me an entire collection, I say, what's your favorite card? I make the offer, I give them the money, and I ask them, what's your favorite card? And if it's not like something like completely ridiculous that would like offset the value, the offer, even if it's like a $50 card, generally it's the EDH commanders. I'll give even multiple EDH commanders depending on if they're foil or not, and I give it back to them and say, hey, if you ever, just to keep it, you know, in case you ever return to the game, which a lot of them actually do, and then I just sell them a new collection from the person who. So it's very complicated. It's like, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's like when you oil drill, you have to spend a lot of water, and there are companies who allot this water, so you don't want to use clean water all the time. You want to use reusable water, right? So once you use it in the oil, you cannot reuse it for drinking water. So, but you don't want to keep using drinking water, so you have to like logistics of this truck, and essentially that's what was very profitable, was hooking returning players up with exiting players and then taking a cut. But I've always been of the mindset that returning players, no. Leaving players, no. And new players, no. When I mean no, I mean I don't go anything below buy list for local buy list. And I have pretty much the buy list I pick is Strike Zone Online, which is very, very fair to them. So they save a little bit on shipping, they get to cast in front, they know who they're going to work with, and a lot of times I'll just meet them up, and a lot of times they are my friends and are people who I have known. So you want to be, you want to be a good guy. You want to be a good guy. So those are the 4 people who piss me off in Magic. The person who whines about, mana flood, or I have too little, or I didn't get it right. I guess now that we're in Tricolor, it'll probably be like, oh, if I only had that, like, 5th land, I just missed that island. I only had a mountain, a swamp, a plain. If I only had that island, I could play like a Overlord, or I don't know what you would be playing, Chromanticore? Such a bad speculation. God, I cannot believe people speculate. Ugh, gross.